Oh, is my heart that the poor soldier that so richly fought, whose ragged, shame-gilded arms, whose naked breast stepped before torrents of truth, cannot be found. Shall be happy that can find him, if our grace can make him so.
I never saw such noble fury in so poor a thing, such precious deeds done by one who promised naught but beggary and poor looks.
No tidings of him.
He hath been searched among the dead and the living, but no trace of him.
To my grief, I am the heir of his reward, which I will add to you, the liver, heart, and brain of Britain, by whom I grant she lives. 'Tis now the time to ask of whence you are. Report it.
Sir, in Cambria are we born, and gentlemen. Further to boast, we're neither true nor modest, unless I add, we are honest.
I create you companions to my person, and will fit you with dignities becoming your estates. There's business in these faces. Why so sadly greet you our victory? You look like Romans and not of the court of Britain.
Hail, great king. Salary or happiness, I must report. The queen is dead.
Who worse than a physician would this report become? But I consider my medicine life may be prolonged, but death will seize the doctor too. How ended she?
In horror, madly dying. Like her life being most cruel to the world, concluded most cruel to herself. What she has confessed I will report, so please you. This her woman can trip me if I err, who with wet cheeks was present when she finished.
Prithee say,
First, she confessed she never loved you. Only affected greatness got by you, not you. Married your royalty, was wife to your place, abhorred your person.
she alone knew this, and but she spoke it dying, I'd not believe her lips in opening it. However, proceed.
Your daughter, whom she bore and had to love with such integrity, she did confess was a scorpion to her sight, whose life, but that her flight prevented it, she had ta'en off with poison.
Oh, most delicate fiend, who is can read a woman? Is there more?
More, sir, and worse. She did confess she had for you a mortal mineral, which being took, should feed on life by the minute, and by lingering inches waste you. In which time she purposed, with watching, weeping, tendance, kissing, to o'ercome you with her show, and in time, when she had fitted you with her craft, to work her son into the adoption of the crown. But failing her end due to his strange absence, grew shameless desperate, opened, in despite of heaven and man, her purposes, repented that the evil she had were not effected, and so despairing, died.
How do all this, O woman?
I did so please your highness.
Mine eyes were not in fault, for she was beautiful. Mine ears that heard her flattery, nor my heart that thought her like her seeming. It had been vicious to have mistrusted her. But oh, my daughter, that it was folly in me thou mayst say, and prove it in thy feeling, heaven and all. Thou comest not, Caius, now for tribute that the Britons have raised out, though with the loss of many a bold one, whose kinsmen have made suit that their good souls may be appeased with slaughter of you, their captives, which ourselves have granted, so think of your estate.
Consider, sir, the chance of war. The day was yours by accident, and had it gone with us, we would not, when the blood was cool, threatened our prisoners with the sword. But if the gods will have it thus, that nothing but our lives may be called ransom. Let it come. Suffice it, a Roman with a Roman's heart can suffer. Augustus lives to think on it. And so much for my peculiar care. This one thing only I will entreat. My boy, a Briton born, let him be ransomed. Never master had a page so kind, so diligent, duteous, so tender over his occasions, true, so feat, so nurse-like. Let his virtue join with my request, which I make bold, your highness cannot deny. He had done no Briton harm. Though he have served a Roman, save him. Spare no blood beside.
I have surely seen him. His favor is familiar to me. Boy, thou hast looked thyself into our grace and on mine own. I know not why, wherefore to say, live, boy. Now take thy master. Live, and ask of Cymbeline what boon thou wilt. Fitting my bounty and my state, I'll give it. Yea, though thou do demand'st a prisoner, the noblest ta'en.
I humbly thank your highness.
Good lad, I do not bid thee beg my life, and yet I know thou wilt.
No, good master, alack. There is something I see that is death to me to look on it. Your life, good master, must suffer for itself.
Boy disdains me, he leaves me, scorns me. Briefly die their joys that place them on the truth of girls and boys. Why stands he so perplexed?
What wouldst thou, boy? I love thee more and more. Think more and more what's best to ask. Know'st him thou look'st on? Speak. Wilt have him live? Is he thy kin, thy friend?
He is a Roman. No more kin to me than I to your highness.
Wherefore iced him so?
I'll tell you, sir, in private. So please you entertain me.
With all my heart. And lend my best attention. What's thy name?
Fidele, sir.
Thou my good youth, my page. I'll be thy master. Walk with me. Speak freely.
Is not this boy revived from death?
One grain of sand, another, not so closely resemble the rose-cheeked lad that died and was Fidele.
Same dead thing alive.
Peace, peace. See further. The eyes us not, forbear. Creatures may be alike. Were it he, I'm sure he would have spoke to us.
But we saw him dead.
Peace! Be silent, let us see further.
It is my mistress. Though she is living, let the time run on to good or bad.
Stand thou by our side. Let's do this. Sir, step you forward. Give answer to this boy and do it freely. By our greatness and the grace of it, which is our honor, bitter torture shall winnow the truth from falsehood. On, speak to him.
My boon is, this gentleman may render of whom he had this ring.
What's that to him?
That diamond upon my finger, say how came it yours?
Thou torture me, to leave unspoke that which to be spoke would torture thee.
How me?
I am glad to be constrained, to utter that which torments me to conceal. By villainy I got this ring. 'Twas Leonatus' jewel, whom thou didst banish, and which may further grieve thee as it doth me. The more noble soul ever lived with sky and ground. Wilt thou hear more, my lord?
No, that belongs to this.
That paragon, thy daughter, for whom my heart drops blood and my false spirits claim to remember. Give me leave, I faint.
My daughter? What of her? Strive, man, speak.
All too soon I shall.
I stand on fire. Come to the matter.
Your daughter's chastity. There it begins. He spake of her as Diane, whereat I, wretch, made scruple of his praise, and waged against him pieces of gold against that which he wore upon his honored finger to attain. In place of sped, and win this ring by mine and hers adultery. He, true knight, no lesser of her honor confident than I did truly find her, stakes the ring. And I, to Britain post, well may you, sir, I was taught the vast difference of your chaste daughter twixt amorous and villainous. Thus quenched of hope,
My brain began from my vantage excellent most vilely to operate. And to be brief, I returned with similar proof enough to wound the noble Leonidas' belief in her renown, with several tokens hard that he could not but believe her bond of chastity quite cracked. I haven't taken the fortune. Where I'm going, methinks I see him now?
Aye, so thou dost, Italian fiends! I, me, was credulous fool, grievous murderer, thief, all things due to villainy in past and being to come. Give me cord or knife, or poison some upright justicer. Thou king, sin for torturers ingenious. It is I that all the abhorrent things of the world have been for being worse than they. I, Posthumus, that killed thy daughter. For villain like I was, for having some sacrilegious thief, a lesser villain, to do it. She was the temple of virtue, yea, she and she alone. Spit and throw stone on me, cast mire upon me, set the dogs of the street to bay me. Let every villain be called Posthumus Leonidas, it be villainy less than 'twas. Imogen, my queen, my wife, my life. Oh, Imogen, Imogen.
Peace, my lord, here!
Wilt thou make a play of this, thou scornful page? There lies thy part.
Oh, gentlemen, help mine and your mistress! Lord Posthumus, you never killed Imogen till now! Help my honored lady!
Oh, does the world go round?
How come these staggers on me?
Wake my mistress!
If this be so, the gods do mean to strike me to death with mortal joy.
Where's thy mistress?
Away! Thou gavest me poison, vile fiend! Read not where princes are!
The tune of Imogen.
Lady, the gods throw stones on sulfur on me. If that box I gave you was not thought by me a precious thing, I had it from the queen.
Majesty.
It poisoned me!
Oh, God! I left out one thing which the queen did confess, which must approve the honest. If Pisanio had, she said, given his mistress that confection which I gave him for a cordial, she is served as I would serve a rat.
What's this, Cornelius?
Very oft, sir. The queen importuned me to temper poisons for her, still pretending the satisfaction of her knowledge only, killing creatures vile as cats and dogs, no esteem. I, dreading her purpose of more danger, did compound a certain stuff, which, being taken, ceased the present power of life, but in a short while, all offices of nature return to their due function. Have you taken of it?
Most like I did, for I was dead.
My boys, there was our error.
This is sure fidele.
Why do you throw your wedded lady from you? Think you are upon a rock, then throw me again.
I'd like to prove myself to the tree guy.
Oh, my flesh, my child. What makes thou me a dullard in this act? Wilt thou not speak to me?
Oh, your pardon, my lord.
Though you did love this youth, I blame you not. You had a motive for it.
My tears that fall prove holy water on me, Imogen, and thy mother's dead.
I am much sorry for her, my lord.
Oh, she was naught, and long of her it was that we meet here so strangely. But her son is gone. We know not how nor where.
My lord, now fears from me, I'll speak truth. Lord Cloten, upon my lady's missing, came to me, with sword drawn, foamed at the mouth, and swore if I discovered not which way she was gone, it was my instant death. By accident, I had a feigned letter of my master's then in my pocket, which directed him to seek her out near the mountains of Milford, where, in a frenzy, in my master's garments, which he enforced her, away he posts with unchaste purpose and oath to violate my lady's honor. What became of him, I further know not.
Let me end the matter. I slew him there.
Nay, the gods forfend. I would not thy good deed should from my lips pluck a hard sentence. Prithee, valiant youth, deny it again.
I have spoken, and I did it.
He was a prince.
A most incivil one. The wrongs he did me were nothing prince-like, for he did provoke me with language that would make me spurn the sea if it could so roar to me. I have cut off his head, and am right glad he is not here to tell this tale of mine.
I am sorrow for thee. By thine own tongue thou art condemned, and must endure our law. Thou dead.
That headless man I thought had been my lord.
Bind the offender, take him from our presence.
Stay, Sir King! This man is better than the man he slew. As well descended as thyself, and hath more of thee merited than a band of Clotons had ever scarred for. Let his arms alone. They were not born for bondage.
Why, old soldier, wouldst thou undo the good thou art paid for? By tasting of our wrath, how of descent as good as we.
Nancy spoke too boldly.
And thou shalt die for.
We shall die all three. But I will prove that these two ones are as good as I have given out him. My boys, for my own part I must unfold a dangerous speech, though happily well for you.
The dangers are.
And now we're good his.
Have at it then, by leave. Thou hast, great king, a subject who is called Valerius.
What of him? He is a banished traitor.
He it is that hath assumed this age. Indeed a banished man, I know not how a traitor.
Take him hence. The whole world shall not save him.
Not too hot! First, pay me for the nursing of thy sons, and let it be confiscate all, so soon as I have received it.
How nursing of my sons?
I'm too blunt and saucy. Here's my knee. Ere I arise, I will prefer my sons than spare not this old father. Mighty sir, these two young gentlemen who call me father and say they are and think they are my sons are none of mine. They are the issue of your loins, my liege, and blood of your begetting.
How by issue?
So sure as you, your fathers. I, old Morgan, am that Valerius whom you sometime banished. Your pleasure was my mere offense. My punishment itself and all the treason I suffered was all the harm I ever did. These gentle princes, for such and so they are, this 20 years have I trained up. Those arts they have as I could put into them. My breeding was, sir, as your highness knows. Their nurse, Euryphile, whom for the theft I wedded, stole these children upon my banishment. I moved her to it, having received the punishment before for that which I did then. Beaten for loyalty, excited me to treason. Their dear loss. The more of you 'twas felt, the more it shaped into my end of stealing me. But gracious sir, here are your sons again, and I must lose two of the sweetest companions in the world. Benediction of these compassing heavens fall on their heads like dew, for they are worthy to inlay heaven with stars.
Thou weepst and speakst. The service that you three have done is more unlike than this thou tellst. I lost my children. If these be they, I know not how to wish a pair of worthier sons.
Be pleased a while. This gentleman, whom I call Polydor, most worthy prince as yours is true Guiderius. This gentleman, my Cadwal, Arbaragus, your younger princely son. He, sir, was lapped to the most curious mantle wrought by the hand of his queen mother, which for more probation I can with ease produce.
Guiderius had upon his neck a mole, a sanguine star. It was a mark of wonder.
This is he, who hath upon him still that natural stamp. It was wise nature's end in the donation to be his evidence now.
Oh, what am I? A mother to the birth of three? Now, mother, rejoice, deliverance more. Blessed pray you be, that after this strange starting from your orbs, you may reign in them now. Oh, Imogen, thou's lost by this a kingdom.
No, my good lord, I have gained 2 worlds by it. Oh, my dear brothers, have we thus met?
Did you ever meet?
Aye, my lord.
And at first meeting loved, continued so, until we thought he died.
By the queen's dram she swallowed.
Oh, rare instinct. When shall I hear all through? This fierce abridgment hath to its circumstantial branches that distinction should be rich in. Where? How lived you? And when came you to serve a Roman captive? How parted from your brothers? How first met them? Why fled you from the court? And whither? These, and your three motives for the battle. Well, I know not how much more should be demanded, and all the other by dependences from chance to chance. But all the time no place will serve our long interrogatory. See, Posthumous anchors on Imogen, and she, like harmless lightning, throws her eye on him, her brothers, me, her master, hitting each object with a joy. The countercharge is severally in all. Let's quit this ground and smoke the temple with our sacrifices. Thou art my brother, so I'll hold thee ever.
Thou art my father too.
All o'erjoyed, save these in bonds. Let them be joyful too, for they shall taste my comfort.
Dear master, I shall yet do you service.
Happy be you. The forlorn soldier that so poor, so nobly fought. He would have well become this place and graced the thankings of a king.
Sir, I was that soldier that followed these three in poor Bassini. 'Twas a fitment for the purpose I then did follow. That I was he, speak, Iachimo. I had you down and might have made you finish.
I am down again, but now my heavy conscience sinks my knee as in your voice did. Take that life, beseech you, which I so often owe. But your ring first. And here the bracelet of the truest princess that ever swore her faith.
Kneel not to me. My power over you is to spare you. My malice toward you to forgive you. Live and deal with others better.
Nobly doomed. We'll learn our freeness of a son-in-law. Pardon is the word to all.
You hope it, sir. You meant to be our brother, and indeed we are glad that you are.
Your humble servants, princes. Good my lord of Rome. Send forth for your soothsayer. Last night as I slept, methought I saw Jupiter on his eagle bat, along with other sprightly shows of mine own kindred. When I waked, I found this label upon my bosom. So from sense and hardness that I can make no collection of it. Let him show his skill in the construction.
Your Highness, read and declare the meaning.
When, as a lion's whelp, shall to himself unknown, without seeking find, be embraced by a piece of tender air, and one from stately cedar shall be lopped branches, which being dead many years shall after revive, be jolted to the old stock and freshly grown, then shall Posthumous send his mysteries, Britain be fortunate, and flourish in peace and plenty. Thou, Leonatus, art the lion's whelp. The fitting and apt construction of thy name being Leonatus doth import much. The piece of tender air, thy virtuous daughter, is this most constant wife, who, even now, answering at the letter of the oracle, unknown to you, unsought, were clipped about with this most tender air.
This hath some seeming.
The lofty cedar royal Cymbeline personates thee, and thy lopped branches point thy two sons forth, who by Valerius stolen, for many years thought dead, are now revived, to the majestic cedar joined. This issue promises Britain peace and plenty.
Well, by peace we will begin. And Caius Lucius, although the victor, we submit to Caesar and to the Roman Empire, promising to pay our wonted tribute, from the which we were dissuaded by our wicked queen, whom the heavens, in justice both on her and hers, have laid most heavy hand.
The imperial Caesar shall again unite his power with the royal Cymbeline, which shines here in the west.
Lord be the gods, and let our crooked smokes climb to their nostrils from our blessed altars. Publish we this peace to all our subjects. Set we forward. Let a British and a Roman ensign wave friendly together. So through Ludstown march, and in the temple of great Jupiter, our peace we'll ratify. Seal it with peace. Sit on there. Never was a war did cease, till bloody hands were washed with such a peace.
Thank you for coming out. We hope to see you next year for the 27th annual Shakespeare in the Park. Thank you.
Yay.